Good evening. Welcome in to the Reset Room. This is our place where we talk about all things life and career resets. We take time here to breathe, reflect, build, and even rebuild our skills so that we can do this thing called life as effectively and as soundly and with the great community that we possibly can. Welcome in, folks. I am coming in. Hey, governess, welcome in. I am coming in off of a much needed reset and day off. Oh, governess, I see you got a gifter badge of 13. Okay. Hey, Jazz, welcome in. Welcome to the Reset Room. I am Rhonda. I am a career reset coach. And if you're like, what is that? I help people change jobs, change careers, industries, level up at work, and get paid. If you notice, we've got a new campaign going on. I should have made the Live Fest 25 a little bit smaller because there's different gifts in there, folks. So it actually starts tomorrow. So we are in the first day, the last day actually of the countdown to Live Fest. And it's my first one as a new live host. But from what I understand, it is like the Grammys for TikTok and the award ceremony and all of the things, and even new creators can participate. So you'll see my viewers' wishes over there. I need to shrink some of those words, but so some of what we'll be doing as far as gifting goes, we'll use Populars, but then they also have this Live Fest pop, what it's called, Live Pop. Yeah, it is. So that's a little ball. It's still the 1 cent, similar to the regular Popular, but that's what is there. Live Fest actually starts tomorrow, and I believe it goes through December 20th. And so, just looking to experience it. Like I said, it's new for me too. Hey, Tea Time, welcome in. Is this your first time coming in? Welcome in. My name is Rhonda. I'm a career reset coach, helping folks change jobs, careers, industries, level up at work, and get paid. I've been in and out of HR for, almost 20 years now. And with that, I've just seen, women particularly shrink their ask for money. And generally it's at the negotiating table when they're, ready to, hey, Glitter Rose, welcome in. Or if they're thinking about coming to work for a company, and I don't know, I feel like it's out of maybe a fear of like not getting the job, or if the ask is too high. And then even also I see it show up, when it's like performance evaluation time, it's salary increase time, and we just generally reduce our ask. Hey, Shaquanetta, come on in, welcome in. And really wanted to come on TikTok to teach sort of what I've learned in all my years of experience, and also to just help women particularly build skills to be able to just stand in their worth, owning their authority, and making those money asks with confidence. And doing sort of all of that. So that is it's been 3 months already. I just, I took off yesterday, which was a first day. I think I hadn't been off live in I think I did 7 or 8 days straight, gearing up to my graduation battle. So Tuesday, my days are running together. Yeah, Tuesday was hey, Michael, welcome in, was my graduation battle. I'm a new GQ live host. And if any of you are live hosts, if you join an agency, particularly GQ, there's massive amounts of training. So basically, hey, Libby, welcome in. Once you move through all of your training, then your celebration, hey, Yannaboo, welcome in. Once you get through all of your training, your celebration is really your graduation battle. So that was on Tuesday, but there's like a lot of prep work that goes into getting ready for that. So I actually took off yesterday. I needed to do my own reset and just sleep. Your girl was tired. And so that's basically what I did. And I'm technically on vacation. I'm going on a cruise Saturday, and I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to stream though from the ship. I paid that expensive Wi-Fi fees. My TikTok bestie, she's a travel content creator, and I'm gonna see her later on, but I just really want to understand like what I know I manage IT in my real job. Like I know how Wi-Fi works. Why are you charging customers between $200 and $400 per, not per person, per device to be able to connect to your Wi-Fi on a ship? I got lots of questions when I get on board. Yeah, I'm like, who's in charge of IT? I want to have, I got questions because I know how this thing works. It is truly a box sitting on the ceiling, and folks are going to tap into it. Why is it $200 to $400? Like it's just totally insane. But anyway, I will be streaming from the ship, so that should be fun. And that's truly the only. I'm not doing any of my jobs work, but I'm definitely going to do my TT work because this is work that I love to do. Versus, that work over there I get paid to do. And that's part of that. That was really part of the journey too of coming to TikTok. Like I'm good at what I do. I've done it for a long time. And, I'm in New York City. Hey, see, Papa. Welcome in. I didn't think you roamed the streets. Me said you didn't roam the TikTok streets too much. For those of you who don't know, if you know Mi's story, see, Papa is her papa. And he is also her moderator. Yeah, so but yeah, see, Papa, she said you don't be roaming these TikTok streets, but glad you popped in and checked on me. Good to see you. And I'll be in class later on. If any of you are content creators, Mi's story, I call Misha's room my home room. Not sure if you've ever heard that term here on TikTok, but it's how we say like think about school, like when we're all back in school, it's like your homeroom class where you get like your foundational knowledge and information. And Mish is, I have learned so much from her. And yes, coaches do need coaches. I have learned so much from her about this entire TikTok journey, from creating content. I have many viral videos now and quite a few big viral videos from implementing some of the recommendations that she suggested to me. So she is just an amazing teacher, coach, and developer. So again, if you haven't had a chance, check her out. She streams 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you get a chance to check her out, like I said, that is my homeroom. I have learned so much, even to the point like now my weekend pop-ups have actually became like content creator live host Q&As because I'm sharing, and this is something that Mish wants us to do, is to share out the information that we learn. Like what she teaches us, she doesn't want us to hold it to ourselves. She wants us to help just basically spread the word and knowledge and information so that we can educate more people. And that's really what I have been doing. You know what, folks, can we begin to spirit fill? I can't even talk tonight. Fingers on our screen. We do not have any TAPSs so far, and I'll talk a little bit about what that does. If you are tapping on the screen, and that's when you see like the hearts, that's how I know that like there's no TAPs coming, because the little hearts aren't coming. But I'll tell you what it does. It does a couple of things. So for the live host like me, what it does is that higher that number is, well, let me go back to this. Not sure if many of you even know that TikTok is an AI system. It is basically a computer. And so with computer, if you think about all of us work on computers, you got to put data in for it to react and respond. So what happens is, hey, Docs with Styles, welcome in. What happens with, any computer and information, the more information you feed it. So the higher, the more TAPSs that we get, the algorithm will push out my live to more folks, and then more folks will come in and join us and contribute to our lively conversation. So it helps me by pushing it out and helps us in the room by just having a more lively conversation. So we do reposts, we share, and then we also TAPS. But getting back to, what I was saying is that I've just learned. Thank you so much. I think I saw you earlier today in Mama Lupe's lunchtime pop-up. We be roaming these streets out here. I am technically on vacation, so I was actually listening to Mama Lupe and packing, because my Uber is picking me up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. So I was doing all of that. But yeah, like I said, everything that I've learned from Mish, and there's so many great. Yes, we are out here in these streets. Now, Docs with Styles, I don't know about you, but I don't roam the TT streets after dark. They say it's a whole nother world out here. Thank you for your heart, me. Yes, I hear that it is a whole different world out here after dark. So maybe on the cruise, since I'll be on vacation and I won't have to get to bed to go to work, I may she said me either. Okay, me too. I have a bedtime. But I'm going on vacation, so I may dip my toe into the after dark streets and see what's happening out here. I may run back though. Yeah, I hear it gets real wild out here after dark. But what I was saying, like my weekend pop-ups have actually turned into content creator, like Q&A, each one teach one. Okay, I definitely will, Dr. Style. She said, report back. I certainly will, because, ooh, yeah, I got to let y'all know where to go and where not to go. But yeah, like I mean, this live host content creator journey is new for me. So you all get to see me. This is a career reset of my own live, and as you're walking, through it with me. Hey, Sonia, welcome in. You're walking it with me, and with me, going through it, and again, just sharing information. Hey, Trevor, welcome in. So my weekend pop-ups have really turned into that. Are any content creators? Hey, Gina Tay, thank you for that heart me. Any other? I know Gina Tay is a content creator. Any other Leah Wright creator or live host in the chat if you are? And then I'll just go through. It's sort of a quick things for you to think about. And did you know? Oh, thank you, Dr. Styles, for that galaxy. Let's see. Any Susan, welcome in. Gina Tay. Any of you other folks doing the business side of TikTok? Okay, so let me just go over quickly. It's just a few things just to have folks to think about, and things that I have been sharing is to really look at, thank you for being the title gifter of those live fests. So that's one of the campaign. There's 4 different gifts in the live fest campaign. That's the live pop. So basically, like if you doing populars, you can do the live fest pop. And, we have the opportunity to collect, I guess we collect points each time that we go live. So I'm sure everyone will be like literally live around this clock out here in these streets for the next 30 days. Yeah, because it starts tomorrow and I think it ends December 20th. So it'll be news and interesting. Thank you, Dr. Styles. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. So just getting out here in these TT streets and figuring that out. But if you're a live host, couple things. The bio, look at your bio. Make sure your bio is clear. Who you are, what you came on this platform to do. If you're a live host, put your schedule in there. So when folks come to your page, they know when to find you and when you're going to go live. And if you have an offering, that is always good. And here's something that I learned just last week. I didn't have my offering in my bio. So I have a free mini course for folks. So now that is there. And then, Dexter Pearl, hey, Jamaica. I'm not Jamaican. I've dated a lot of them, though. I have a lot of good friends, actually. I used to live in Atlanta and met a lot of good friends there, and left some exes back there too. And I hope your family and everyone is okay over there and rebuilding and getting Gina Tay. I got some story on the exes. Speaking of that, y'all, have y'all seen I call it my most vulnerable truth post that is on the content? And it was one of those days where I don't even know what possessed me to kind of put all my business out there like that. Because I'm generally not that person, but you will be able to easily find it because I put captions on all of my posts. And that's something too that if you don't do, like a creator asked me to look at her page a couple days ago. And that's the first thing I noticed, that there were no captions or no text on screen, whatever you want to call it. If you call it text on screen or captions, there was nothing there. And what I was sharing with her, hey, Jess, that's my little daughter right there. I'm gonna tell her story too in a minute. Somehow we got on content creator, but it's okay. And what I was telling her and explaining to her that most people, especially at work, they be on TikTok at work. And they don't have the volume on, so they can't hear what you're saying. So, having text on screen and having your captions on, most of them are reading, I'm doing good, baby. How are you? Did you go live today? But yes, and so the bio. Okay, let me just talk about Jess because she be roaming the streets too, y'all. So she may get up and get out of here real quick. And Jess, let me tell you, perfect example. Thank you for the populars. Live Fest starts tomorrow for all you creators. So you see my Live Fest 25. I got my viewer wishes on. Instead of using populars, tell your folks in your live if they can use the Fest Pop. That gives you points. And if you look at your gift gallery, you'll see that in addition to our regular gift gallery, there's these four items are listed there too. So we get points that contribute towards our Live Fest goal. And, maybe some of us newbies may make the cut. But yeah, so tell your folks, Gina, Tay, Jess, any other creators in the room to use the Fest Pop instead of the regular Go Populars. There you go, like that Governess. Governess just did one. So to use those, so tell your folks that. But let me tell you about Jess. I was actually doing one of these content creator pop-ups. It was on a Saturday, and I was co-hosting a conversation with another creator. Her name is Messy But Centered. I think she is the coolest name, and she's so cool. And we were talking about different things. Like I was talking about, things that I implemented to make some of those, I won't say to make some of those virals go, because I can't make the videos go viral, but I was telling her different things I did as far as the hook and the offering and things like that. And what she was talking to folks that were in her room and in my room about was she's changed her niche a couple times. Okay, so, hold on. So Jess says, where do I find the Live Fest? Okay, so it's in campaigns. So if you go to TikTok Studio, then go to, at the top, you'll see posts and then you'll see the live tab. If you click the live tab, you scroll halfway down the page, you'll see campaigns. Go in there and then go ahead and turn it on. I think wait, Jess, you're in the campaign because you told me you're singing. Okay, so you mean, how do you find the Live Fest GIFTSs? Is that what you mean? Okay. So they're in your gift gallery. So if you click on the little present, what I did, let me show you, not on this phone, but I pinned them. This is my backup, but let me see. I can still, oh no, I'm not live. Let me follow. Let me get into this live for my backup and then I can show you where they are. And for all you content creators, if you don't have a backup, it is a good idea to get one. There's lots of things, hackers and all kinds of bots and the scammers and all the things. Okay, so let me get my heart me from my backup and let me get my Fest Pop. So let me see if you all can see. So they're in the gallery. So here's the Fest Pop. There's the glasses. What's that third one called? The Fest Cheers. And then there's a big point one called Fest Party. So you can pin them in my main account. I have them all pinned at the top. So when I go into other creators' room, hey Fifi, welcome in. When I go into other creators' room, I can make sure to use those, and it'll be my own reminder too to use those. But yeah, and then if you don't know how to do you know how to turn on your viewer wishes? I just learned that today. Just girl, thank you. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. But yes, pin those gifts so that you can, I don't know how to turn them on. Okay. So they're already in. Okay. So wait, let me make sure I understand the question. You want to know how to pin them in your gifting suite, or you want to be able to do what I have them on the screen? Which one? Okay. You found the gifts. So do you want to pin them at the top? I just want to make sure I'm answering the right question. Or do you want to know how to set up the viewer wishes on the screen? Okay, both. Okay, Gina Tay said both. Okay, so let's go into the little box. Am I backwards? Do I need to flip the camera? Chat, am I? Okay, you both said both. Okay, so see, here's the box. There's a little red button over there that says edit. Okay, somebody said flip. Okay, you can see. Okay. So see the red button that says edit? If you tap that, you can choose what 4 gifts get pinned at the top. So this is my backup. So I'm going to do it in real time with you all. So I'm going to click on this edit. And then I'm going to delete everything that's up there now. So when they're edited, when they're gone, you see these 4 empty boxes. So now I'm going to add all of the Live Fest gifts up there, and there are 4. So if you look through, one is called Fest Pop. Let's do it together. There's Fest Gear. Those are some glasses. Those are really cool. I've seen them, folks. Then we have Fest Cheers. And then that's the one that you just gave me, Jess. Thank you again. And then we have Fest Party. So I have them all at the top now, and then I'm going to just hit save. And now, see, they're all at the top for me. Got it? Let me know when you guys got it, and then we'll move on to how to set up the viewer wishes. Hey, Alicia, welcome in. Hey, Digiverse, welcome in. We are going over, it's talking about Live Fest, because I put up my viewer wishes and was talking about, for those of you that are live hosts, Live Fest starts tomorrow, and telling your folks to use the Fest Pop instead of the Go Popular. Hey, King, welcome in. Because those contribute to our points. If you haven't noticed yet, if you look at your gift gallery, even you can tap on my picture and look at mine, you'll see that in addition to our regular gifts that are there, there's 4 of the Live Fest gifts that are at the top now for us. Thank you, Gina Tay. You know, Gina Tay, I be in these rooms, I be learning everything, and hey, Derek, welcome in. Wait, let me get this right. Amazing the Queen, or I gotta get it right. Amazing the Queen. Help me out if I pronounce it wrong. Thank you, Gina Tay. She's learning a lot. I'm excited. Welcome in. We're just going over some live host things. I was just sharing that my pop-ups on the weekend lately have turned into more, like a live creator, content creator and live host Q&As. We're learning from each other. We're all at different stages in our journeys here, and just sharing the information that we learn. So I was just saying that I was in a room earlier today, and they were talking about Live Fest. And that's why I added the viewer wishes here. These are the 4 gifts. And then I also didn't know, I learned earlier today that our gift galleries have been updated. Like, our normal set of gifts are there, but then also there's the 4 Live Fest gifts that are there too. So yeah, so that's like a new target for us to be working through, and just reminding our chats, if you're live, to say, hey guys, like, instead of using the regular populars, we're in Live Fest for the next 30 days, use the Fest Pop instead of the regular Go Popular. So yeah, so that'll help us contribute to points. And I don't really know all of what Live Fest is, because I'm new here too. I'm new here too, y'all. But the more I learn, the more I'm going to share. I know that everything that we do, we collect points. And even, I believe, even when we're in lives and we're using these gifts and contributing to other live hosts live, we also get points as well. Because I looked on something today that said I have 400 something thousand points. I don't even know what that means, but okay, I'll take it. But I know our time even sitting in live rooms as well as hosting our own lives counts and contributes to Live Fest. And from what I understand, you collect all these points and they tally them up at the winner at the end, and it's like a award ceremony. I know it's in Vegas, and there's different levels. So, your live pros and A-leaguers, of course, they'll be in it, but there's also some categories for us newbies too. So we're all going to be learning this thing together, and I'm just learning and sharing. Is Jess, are you still here? Because I really wanted to shout her out. Even if she's not, I'm going to tell you. So I was saying that I was co-hosting a conversation on the weekend with another creator, and she was talking about her niche, because she had changed her niche a few times. And this is another thing okay, she's still here. I'm going to tell you a story, and then I know you be running the streets too. So you may want to move on, but Messy but Centered was talking about how she has changed her niche a couple times. Okay, you got it. Okay, good deal. Okay, let me tell your story first in case you got it, Jet, and then I'm gonna go over viewer wishes so you can know how to set that up. And I was talking about just different things I've done to on those videos that went viral. Like if I did anything different than maybe on some of the other pieces of content. Hey, Robbie, welcome in. And we were just talking and doing all of that, and Jess had put a message in the chat that she had went live twice and there was nobody in the room. And for those of you that have heard this story, this is my little daughter. This is my TT daughter. She is so sweet, and she has just learned. Thank you for the heart me. I'm just watching her blossom. But let me just tell you, she had went live twice and there was nobody in the room, and she was feeling discouraged. And so we stopped our live so that she could go live, and two of us sat in her room so that she would have somebody to talk to. Now, let me tell you what this girl done did after that, y'all. She has got one video that's like more than 80,000 views. She's got some 25,000 views. Every time I look up, she on live. And she is doing it. And, you know, for me, that's what this is about for me. It was about making that impact. Like, here is one young person who was feeling discouraged, and we're like, no, we're not going to let you quit. We are not going to let you quit. We're going to do this. And she did it, and she has been off to the races ever since. Go Jess. Yeah, and that is so exciting. And then there's another young lady I'm working with who's in, she said, okay, correct me, girl. She said her numbers, that video I talked about that was 80,000 has gone up to 90,000 views. You go, Jess. And, you know, and that's community, that's support. And that's sort of what, when I thought about building this room and coming on TikTok, I think, you know, what I've seen, like if you go through a reset, like a layoff, there tends to be a lot of support around you, like, because this is this thing that happened to you. This is this bad thing. Sometimes, though, when you decide to I'm going to throw caution to the wind and I'm just going to go do the thing, you might just get okay, girl. But you may not have that support. And I know what that is like. Governess, who is in the chat, who is my moderator, but she is also my cousin. And she has been the one person in my family that has rolled with me through all of my resets. And some of them been crazy, y'all. But she is talk about a rider. She is that person who's like, do you live your life? We only go around this world one time, and, you know, do it, you know, and having that support it's just been amazing. Exactly, Gina Tay. It's like family, you know, and our family ain't supportive. You know what I'm saying? Oh, your husband is your moderator. That's what I'm talking about, Doc. Yes, that is awesome. It is just having that family support, and everybody doesn't have it, you know, and just having that, you know, building a community here to be able to do that was important to me. Like, some folks have gotten in the chat or sent me messages like they were getting ready for an interview. Folks weren't supporting them. Their family wasn't supporting them. And, you know, I jumped on, you know, conversation with them, DMs and all of that, and just trying to be a support. Jess, you saying what? No, I'm still trying to get mine to watch. Listen, girl, lead them where they at. Frankly, though, like for most of us, like our family is not going to be our community. And it's okay. And it's okay. Like the community is like who you came on here. If you think about, and you and I have talked, like I know what you came here to do. Your family's probably not going to be that. And it's okay if they don't support that. There you go, Doc with Styles. Doc with Styles said it's going to be strangers. And that is true. Like, this is what, my fourth week live. Jess, I've met you. I've met my TikTok bestie. I've met other friends. Hey, Tate, welcome in. And it is truly that. Like, you're building your community with people you don't know, and it's okay. So if the family they ain't got to watch, it's okay. Let them over there. When you start making this money, they're going to be like, girl, let me hold something. You know, it just kind of, I'm the back of her ankle with the Band-Aid. Yes, you are, cuz she says she the back of my ankle like a Band-Aid, and she is like, and through some of the crazy, but it's okay. Like I said, Jess, we're gonna build our community here. I heard a creator say something today again. Oh wait, let me recite it right, because I think you heard this too. Jeremy, he's a huge creator on this platform. He's part of Coach Tara's community. If you haven't been in Coach Tara's room, she too is another amazing live host coach. So like I said, I have the luxury of time. I'm an empty nester, so I spend a lot of times in room learning. But he said, wait a minute, let me get it right, Dr. Styles. How did she say he said it? Your vibe will bring your tribe. And just that's it. Oh yeah, the Coach Tara, she is amazing. And she encourages everybody to go live. Exactly. Yes. Your vibe will bring your tribe. And it's more than likely not going to be. Exactly, Gina Tay. That is beautiful. Right. Now that's a bar. That is beautiful and amazing. And it is so true. I mean, we see it. We see it as live hosts. We see it when we're on this platform. We see it for the folks that respond to our content. They're not our family. I think I have, honestly, maybe 3 family members that I've seen a comment from on my content, and it's okay. We don't need that. I'm good. If she's your mom, I'm auntie. That's right. That's right, Jess. That's your auntie over there. But yeah, and just helping each other. And then there's another young lady. Her name is Jody. She's from South Africa. And I ended up meeting her in, I think it was Inspiration Wink's room, who is another amazing creator. And she does the peaceful, I guess people call them sleepovers here on TikTok. It's kind of an interesting thing I've seen. I'm still trying to understand it. Gina Tay, wait, Gina Tay, I think you do a sleepover too, don't you? So it's basically where, you can set up your room with just boxes and folks can come in. She said yes. And so Gina Tay, yeah, you may have to give us some of the details, and folks can come in. Hey, live good, welcome in. And I think I'm starting to understand, but I'm definitely going to have Gina Tay break it down for us some more. Anyone else that does it here in the room. I know when you go live, I think you move your box all the way over to text or quad something. There's some other setting there, and it basically becomes boxes. And so people can, request up in the box, and, most of the hosts play music, soft music, and most of them that I've seen are like overnight rooms. And so I met this young lady, Jody, in that room. And the amazing thing is, from what I've seen, and I've done this myself, like I've gone into some of those rooms of creators that I know, and I've gifted, to some of the people on the panel. And that's how I met this young lady, Jody. And I think she came into my live one time and was listening to me talk, and she sent me a DM and said, can you coach me on being doing this TikTok thing? I'm like, girl, I just got here. I don't know what I'm doing either. But she said, please. And I said, okay. I said, well, let's do this. I said, I don't know exactly what you want or need or what you want to talk about, but let's co-host a live together. And so we did. She gets on live with just her, I'm on my face over here in her picture. Well, I thought we were going live. She said, I am live. I said, girl, that's your picture. We had been going live for a month with just her picture, but saying she wasn't getting any traction. I was like, yeah, because they can't see you. And what I shared with her is that something too I learned from another creator is that people will connect with you and your energy before they connect with your content. I said, but they can't see you. I said, they see a picture. And, TT is really not, the IG over there. That's for the pictures. This is the video spot. Oh, thank you. That is my last gift in my, what you call that thing over there? The gallery. Because I had my grab battle Tuesday, and this community, oh my God, showed up and showed out for me. There was so much love in the room. I was so excited. I was screaming. I was yelling. I was seeing gifts I had never seen. It was amazing. But that was the last gift. But so anyway, I said, you got to turn on your camera. I said, people need to connect with you. She turned on her camera. She is beautiful. I was like, oh my God, why are you hiding? Because Miss Rhonda, I'm nervous. So I did a 30-minute with her, and we workshopped. We went through her bio. We talked about some changes to make. She was another person who had lots of video. No, she had lots of pictures. I said, TT is not the place for pictures. TT wants videos. They want the raw you. They want the real you. And she didn't have any text on screen. And then so I said, okay, make these changes. And I said, commit to go live just 30 minutes a day for 30 days. And so she's a single mom, and she's like, I got to make Christmas for my kids. I said, well, if you go live every day at a minimum for 30 minutes, you will make some money to be able to go live. that was this Monday. That was this past, not this past Monday, last Monday, right? Because my battle was, oh no, it wasn't. No, I went live with her Monday morning. Yeah, it was morning. And actually, I didn't even work that day. I wasn't feeling well. But I made this commitment to her. And so I got on. So we did 30 minutes. We walked through all of that. I messaged her on Tuesday. She was like, Miss Rhonda, I went live once and I was in some battles. And she made, I think, $1.08. And I was like, okay, that is wonderful. And that is the start of something more to come. And she's been going live ever since, because I be looking at her little, I'm checking her numbers. I'm a coach. I trust, but I also verify. And she's been doing it. Oh, Jess, thank you. That's my first level up ship. Thank you, Jess. But yeah, and so for me, that's what it's about. It's about impact and purpose. And Doc with Styles, Mama Lupe, I was talking about her. She's another live host, and she's an amazing woman of God. And what she does in her room, she helps us connect our purpose to scripture and really help us to really just stay grounded in our why, like why we're here, what we came here to do. Oh, Jess, you're gonna make me cry. Governess, can you grab that? Hey, Wendy. Thank you, Wendy, for that hurt me. Can you grab her comment? Oh, thank you, Jess. She wrote, in case the chat be chat, and she said, there it is. She said, yes, ma'am, I am leveling up with you. Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. And that is what purpose means for me here. Thank you, Jess. And oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it pains me to see anybody like wanting to quit and just to give up. And so if I can just say a word or help in any way. Like I said, we were chit-chatting on live, and thank you, Wendy. And we were just having a good time. And she was like, I'm done with this. I went twice. Nobody was in my room. And I was like, and I didn't have a ton of people in my room, but there were people there. Hey, me, Jose? Hope I said that right. Hey, Nina, welcome in. I had a couple of people in my room, and I was like, oh, no, we're not quitting. We shut down our live, and we showed up. It was myself, and it was another creator, PC Swimming, if you all know her. She's amazing. And I'm going to give her a shout out, too, and talk a little bit about fear. But, like, she was giving up. Like, Jess was giving, I love you, too, baby. I really do. And I'm so proud of you, and you are just rocking it. And she sings, y'all. She has an amazing voice. I'm like, yeah, she needs to be using that talent. Thank you, Dr. Styles. She says, my spirit is so warm and I'm so inspired. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to pour out all that I've learned to just help. And, and like for me, like the viral videos is cool, but like I'm in my comments, like I read every single comment and I respond to them. And if it just touches one person or gives somebody some insight or just lifting them up, and if they're feeling down, like Jess was like ready to quit, and I'm like, no, you're not quitting. Like Jody, like I keep going live and I'm not making any money. What am I doing wrong? And like I said, I wasn't feeling good, but I was like, no, I'm gonna get on here. She gonna do this thing. And that's just what it's about. And and this is the thing, like impact is here. Them employees I work with, they listen, ain't no impact over there. Ain't no passion over there. They want you to do everything for them. They don't want to work. They don't want to do a thing. And so for me, this is my purpose. This is my why. And just thank you all for being here. Thank you, Jess, for just being you and for coming into my room that day, because who knows, like if you went into another creator's room, you may not have gotten, that encouragement, but you are killing it, baby. And you just keep rocking it. Hey, user, welcome in. Y'all connect with Jess and check out her content. She is hilarious and she sings. She is hilarious and she sings. And she is learning, and she too is doing what we do. I know, right? Them coworkers. And she too, like she takes all the knowledge she's learning in all these rooms and sharing it with her community, and so that we can all, get better. Exactly. An hour each day is a lifetime of memories. I mean, come on. You even just minimum go live for an hour. I mean, TT requires us to, at least clock in for 30 minutes. So we got to do that. But you'll get to talking and 30 becomes 40, becomes an hour. and you're just rocking it and moving it. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Whew. Okay, I have been talking a lot. I need a drink. It's been a day. I missed y'all yesterday too. I get nervous. I get nervous like when people, like when I say the celebrities come in the room, like Doc Styles, because like when she comes in the room, when we're in Misha's room, like it's like like a star has arrived. So that's when I get nervous, like when the celebrities show up. I'm good when the celebrities aren't here, but then when the celebrities show up, it's like, uh-oh. It's like, when I'm not a teacher, but I know when the teachers when the principals and stuff come and sit and observe them doing observations, that's how it feels. Hey, Tesla owner, welcome in. You the celebrity, Doc Styles. Misha, when you come in the room with Misha and everywhere you go, it's like, Doc Styles is here. I'm like, okay, yes, you. Celebrity. That's really when I get nervous. I don't really get nervous too much anymore. Yeah, in the room. And I think part of that comes with preparation, and some people, like, I'm not a good, let me just hit live and go on the fly. Hey, Sean, welcome in. Thank you for showing up for my battle on Tuesday. I had to take a day off yesterday. The girl was tired. But yeah, like I'm not good with just going off the fly. Some people can do that. Hey, Stacy, welcome in. Can just really hit the button live and just start talking and can ramble like forever. That's sort of not me and my jam. And because I try to stick to, our subject for every day. To kind of recap where we left off on Tuesday, because after we battled, we went right into teaching. We ain't playing no games over here. She hangs out with the whole power crew. Listen, I'll be trying to learn from so many. I mean, like I said, there's so many, but I do have my top 5. So I'm gonna shout them out for those of you that are creators. Me Stories, like I said, that's my homeroom. Monster Mara, Coach Tara, Boss Mitri, and Tyra to the T. Those are like my 5 top creators. And then I learned from others too, but those to me, those have given me sort of and helping me to understand how to build this Hey, football, welcome in. That's Football Wife Dog Mom, welcome in. Thank you for the heart me. How to truly do this TikTok as a business. And those are the 5 creators. I'm gonna spend more time now that I've done my first graduation battle in Boss Mitri's room, because he talks a lot about how to build not just your community, but I want to tell you guys how he does it, his Boss Mitri method, because I think it's different. Like I've never heard of it, but then he also teaches you how to build a battle team. Like we learn in here and we're educating. Good evening. Oh, see, now I really feel old when she said, "Good evening, Miss Rhonda." I have to color my hair because I'm the auntie. They all putting a miss on it. Miss, I said, uh-oh, I'm the granny in the room. Welcome in. Good to see you. She said, oh no, girl, no, it's cool. It's cool. Welcome in. Y'all see, I'm old. The granny done forgot what I was saying. I am new to the South and they teaching me. Yeah, I mean, it's so much to learn. And now that I've had my first battle, Boss teaches you about, creating a battle. Yes, the BMM. That's right, Doc Style, the Boss Mitri method. And I have never heard anybody say it the way he says it and teaches it, but it makes so much sense. But I also think a lot of people don't do it because it's a lot of work. And, just in my experience, like I think a lot of people still come on the platform and want like quick fixes. And that's just not how this thing just doesn't work like that way. It's not like microwave, right? Aw, thank you, Football Wife Dog Mom. She said, I'm the GOAT. Thank you, sweetheart. So his method really quickly is like basically when you're in his room or any room, like if you're a tapper and a sharer, when you go into other folks' room, thank you, Doc Style. You do if you're a tapper and a sharer and you're typing comments and you're a chatty, what Mish call us chatty patties, chatty Cathy's, whatever it is, then you want to basically write those names down of the folks that are doing what you're doing. You want to also write down, the names of like the folks that are spotlight, the folks that are gifting. But then taking it a step further, he doesn't say just like, how you go in some of the GROW rooms. got you. He said, no, we don't do that. Go visit those rooms, go to those creators' lives, or like look at their content to see if you really connect and vibe with them, and then you connect with them. And that takes a lot of time, right? And a lot of work, but it's so right. And I'll tell you, there was someone who was in his room, and we were boss battles at the end of his lives when he's teaching, if the chat, is open to battling. And I was on MVP with a person, and I'm just gonna be totally honest with it. I didn't think it was somebody that I would vibe with initially, just from interactions just during that live. But when I went into their content and spent time in their room, I was like, oh my God. And then that's when it hit for me, like, okay, this is what boss means. We go in a lot of these rooms, and we may look at someone's profile, and you read, 2-3 sentences, whatever it is, and we make a quick instant judgment without, again, taking that time to really realize, like, hey, is this really someone that I can connect with? Like, is this someone that I want to build my community with? And like I said, in that instance, it really clicked for me, and I was like, okay, I get why it takes so much time. So what I do when I go in his room, I do screenshots of all the names. And my weekend homework, I sit and I type in names, and I go look at content. I'll pop in a live, give a heart me, and just kind of sit back and just observe and listen and see, okay, is this someone that I can, build my community with? And it's amazing. Now I got to build a battle team, because, we be teaching over here, and like, battling is, first of all, you got to be throwing some coins. And some people, like, I love to battle. So like when I want to battle as being a player, like, I battle with the big boys. I go to Pretty Boy Ali's room. That's who I battle with. And like, I've been in his MVP many, many times, because I just like it. I mean, I like his energy. He is so wild. He be yelling and screaming and all the things, but it's such a good time. It's amazing. But yeah, and I love to battle. So yeah, so I'm going to learn how to figure out how to build a battle team. And maybe on one of my pop-up days, maybe the Friday or the weekends, because the weekends be hot. The weekends be hot in these TT streets for battling. And it be crazy too. A little while, but I'm going to figure that out. So I stay learning, and the more I stay learning, I'm going to come and continue to share. So that's kind of the content creator recap. What we talked about on Tuesday after we did our battle is started talking about building digital products. And so our homework for next Tuesday, and I'm going to be streaming from the ship, we're going to workshop live creating at least one digital product. So what the homework was to ask folks to really think about, like, all the things that you're great at. Like, what is just 1 or 2 things that you may be great at, and how can you translate that into a digital product? So something that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do one too. I have some that are already out there, but I want to workshop one and create one live too with our community. So I'm thinking about a couple, but one thing that I always get asked about are like great interview questions to ask, even cover letter templates. And I don't enjoy doing that, but I can. And it'll be a product, but it's probably going to be like 50 cents. Yeah, so I'm going to come up with, probably won't be that one, but I'm going to come up with one too. And we're going to workshop them live next week. And so thinking about that digital product, it can be anything, information that you have in your head, that think about something that maybe people ask you all the time and you're repeating the same thing over and over. That's something that obviously everyone, hey, Haley, welcome in. Hey, thank you for the follow, Haley. Hey, planted like a tree, welcome in. You have that information that folks always come back to you all the time to ask you that same question. A&A Farms, hi, welcome in. Thank you for the heartbeat. Planted like a tree. I know it's almost time for class, girls. Listen, planted like a tree spent more time. I thought I spent time in Misha's homeroom. Planted like a tree being there more than me. Thank you, A&A Farms. And how do I know that? Because Mish be tracking us, which I didn't know this too, but when you're live, and even after you're live, you can see how long folks have spent in your room, like in hours in time. And so she brings us, I know we love us some Mish, don't we, A&A Farms? She is amazing. Yeah, and so I used to be the top person, in terms of spending hours in the room, and then Planted Like a Tree came in and just knocked me right on off the platform. But yeah, right. She has connected so many of us, and we learn so much, and we're all getting better. You found Mish by accident. She is awesome. I found Mish by accident, and I'm a stalker. Me too. You know, she was the first creator. I think I may have been on the platform trying to do this TT thing maybe 3 weeks, and I don't even know. I just feel like, you know, it's divine intervention. Hey, Garnett, welcome in. And I found her too by accident. And I was, you know, I'm a learner. I'm gonna study a thing. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna master it. And I have been in her room ever since. And I feel like with all of the 5 that I named, I feel like I met them all or found them all at the right time. Like Mish was the first person. And I'll share some things that she does. That, first of all, she's an awesome teacher. And I can honestly say I learn something every single class. And most of us are in twice a day with her. We're on the crack of dawn in the morning. My alarm clock's 7 up. I no lie, my clock says 7 a.m. Mish time. And that's when I wake up, and then we're back in the evening. But I learned something. And because again, when I came on the platform, I wanted to really do this thing well as a business. I did a one-on-one consultation with her, and I was trying to be one of these faceless brands. She hurried up and said no. Because I said, I feel like my content's all over the place. And then she says, but where are you in your content? My face was nowhere. Thank you for the heart, me, Cardette. My face was nowhere on the page. And I said, well, I don't really want to show my face. And she was explaining the same thing, that people connect with you. She is committed to this appointment. Yes, she does. You are so right, Dr. Sal. She works so hard to give us all that useful information. And she wants all of us to succeed. And she wants us to take the information and knowledge that we learn in her room and share it to help make others better. And again, there's 1.6 billion people on TikTok. We can all make money here and make this thing a business. And there's more than, and you know, she and I believe the same thing. Like, I don't chase money. I let money chase me. I'm not gonna worry about any of that. Now I'm gonna say that, but like Asterix, I done started looking at the rankings, and I said I wasn't gonna be that person. And so for me, it's not about the rankings in terms of like coins or diamonds. It's about like, you know, I was an A student. Like, I don't want to be dropping down. But I do look. I love that she always says there's enough on TT for all of us. And it is true. Like, if you think about 1.6 billion people, even if we just think about our content, even if 200 people, like she says, if 200 people look at your content, that's still 200 people. And it's like, wow, like 200 people even at my job, and it's 350 of them. They ain't in my face every day. And, you know, so whatever that number is, that is people that are interested in sort of what we're here to do. So yeah, amazing. But she is great and implemented some of her changes. And then even before I went live, I had another one-on-one with her and said, okay, help me. I read because she gives us a lot of free information. I said, I read your planner and I still don't quite get it. And we worked through, she helped me flesh out my entire live structure. And she knows the minute I get stuck, I'll be booking the next one, because it's just been invaluable information. So yeah, definitely. We're all here to just teach and learn and grow from each other. But digital products, so that is what we are working on and preparing for next Tuesday. So on Tuesday, everyone's going to come with an idea or two, and we're going to pull folks up on the panel, and we're going to like workshop them live, like talk through if you're having some challenges, you got stuck. And so again, thinking about like, what could I make? What could I produce? What could I sell? Think about all the things that people always ask you about all the time, repeated questions that folks ask you about. Think about things that you could talk about forever and ever and ever. Thanks, governess. If you could talk about forever and ever and ever, like without stopping. Like, a lot of people don't go live. And so I get a lot of questions all the time, like how do I know what I'm passionate about? How do I know what to do my live on? I said, well, what's that thing that you could just sit and run your mouth for hours, and you probably do to your friends, to your other people, to whomever. And for all of us, that thing is different. You know, for me, it's always been growth. Like I've always been a growth person. Like I always set a goal, want to achieve it, and just sort of keep moving forward and keep trying new experiences. Like I never wanted to like have regrets, be like, when I'm old talking about, oh, I wish I woulda, coulda. That's not me. I'm gonna do all the things. One of my friend's mom, she's always says, what's Rhonda up to? Because, she don't never let no grass grow under her feet. And I don't, and I will try a thing. Thank you for that, Rose. A&A Farms. I'm gonna try a thing, if it works, it works. If it didn't, hopefully I've learned something and I'm on to the next thing. Like I don't sit in the woe is me and whatever. We just gonna keep pushing and that. So think about a digital product that you may want to create. If you have some ideas, you want to chat about some things in the chat before next Tuesday, definitely send me a DM. And also thinking about 2026, I'm thinking about the first weekend of December. Not sure what day. Oh, I got a puzzle piece. I'm right here. TT, you don't see me? A vision board party, 2026 vision board party. And I have the one I did here in January. And just to show, like, for me, and I'm gonna go into probably one day next week, maybe on Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, I'll talk about the power of vision, visualizing, and vision boards in general. And it's a whole brain thing. Like, yeah, I'm a nerd. I went to the little honor school. I was always, head in the book and all the things. But there is some neuroscience and science behind it. But just to show you like the power of visualization, I made this vision board, I think in January. And I want to show this one image of what I thought I would be podcasting, because this was the setup that I put. That's my dream house, my retirement house, y'all. I don't know where it's at, but I'm sure it's coming. But I thought I would be podcasting. And I never thought that TikTok would be part of it. And here we are. And for me, that's just the power of visualization. And there's something like affirmations are great. Meditations are good too. But there's something that shifts. I feel that shifts in the universe atmosphere when you begin to feel and visualize the thing that you want. And I've been doing vision boards for years. And the only thing that ain't that house, but that's a retirement house, and I ain't retirement yet. So I know that the universe is still aligning what it needs to for that to happen. So, I have been running my mouth for an hour, y'all. I hope I have shared something that have sparked some interest. I hope you learned something. It is a pleasure. Thank you, A&A Farms. Yes, I will be in class. I usually hit a couple streets between 8 and 8:30, and then I pop up in class after she goes spy on the people. But yes, I will definitely be there. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with me, planning like a tree. I know you're going to get there before me because you done outranked me in the time. Thank you all for hanging out. And I may pop on over the weekend, do some pop-ups and hang out. If not, we will be back here on Tuesday working on our digital products. And yes, all you, the Mish crew, we will see you all in class. And thank you all for hanging out with me. Hey, Tanika, we are wrapping up our live for today. Thank you all for support. Thank you all for the TAPSs, for the presence, for the love and support. I appreciate and love all of you. And I will see you all in the TikTok streets.